The Heisman Finalist list is out. That is right. The finalists for this year's Heisman Trophy is out. We're going to talk about it right after the bumper. Stay tuned. It's good people. Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss channel and Victory Formation. Thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload every single day. Now, the finalists for the Heisman Trophy, the 5 finalists have come out today. I'm going to read to you from Yahoo Sports. It says the 2021 Heisman Trophy finalists were revealed Monday night with 4 players still in the running. I said 5. 4 players still in the running for college football's most prestigious award. The finalists are Michigan defensive end Aidan Hutchinson, Pittsburgh quarterback Kenny Pickett, who led Pitt to an ACC championship. Aidan Hutchinson led Michigan to a college football playoff berth for the first time and a Big Ten championship for the first time since 2004. Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud, who had a really good year. In Alabama quarterback and prohibited favorite to win the Heisman, quarterback Bryce Young, also SEC champions and the #1 team in the college football playoff. They will be in New York for Saturday's Heisman Trophy presentation where the winner will be revealed. Only one defensive player has ever won the Heisman, and that was Michigan's Charles Woodson back in 1997. This year, Hutchinson could potentially become the second over the past 50 seasons. Only 13 defensive players have finished in the top 5 of the Heisman voting, the most recent being Chase Young in 2019. Let's look at some of the stats for the Heisman guys. Let's go with Aidan Hutchinson first. He leads the #2 Michigan Wolverines, like I said, to their first playoff berth since the college football playoff was created. He just wreaked havoc for offenses all season long, tallying 55 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, and 13.5 sacks. And he saved some of his best for last, having 3 sacks in the rivalry game against Ohio State. And then a he was also the MVP of the Big Ten championship game. Kenny Pickett. Pickett's ascendance from the middle-of-the-road ACC starter to one of the best quarterbacks in the country has been remarkable. Pickett led Pitt to his first ACC championship and accumulated 4,300 yards, which was 5th nationally, 42 touchdowns, 3rd, along with breaking several of Dan Marino's program records. Pickett has 8 300-yard passing efforts this year while completing 67% of his passes. C.J. Stroud put up huge numbers in his first season as the starting quarterback in Columbus. The redshirt freshman threw for 3,800 yards and 38 touchdowns while completing 70% of his throws and tossing just 5 interceptions. Stroud had 8 300-yard outings, including 4 games where he topped the 400-yard mark, and now he's headed to New York. And obviously the presumed favorite, Bryce Young, lived up to that 5-star billing in his first season as a starting quarterback. The true sophomore of Alabama, Young has shown tremendous feel and mobility in the pocket, incredible accuracy, and the ability to tuck in and run whenever he needed. Over the course of the season, Young threw for 4,300 yards, 43 touchdowns to just 4. Counted up 4 interceptions. He saved his best for last. He led epic game-tying 97-yard touchdown drive in the Iron Bowl, descended to overtime where they won it in 4 overtimes, and then we saw him this past week torch the best defense in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, for 421 yards and 3 touchdowns in the SEC championship game. Bryce Young is a monster. Bryce Young is the guy to beat. Bryce Young is the guy that will take home the Heisman Trophy in 2021 simply because he has been amazing all year long. This award was up for grabs for a long time. Bryce Young seemed to be in the driver's seat for a long time. I'm surprised Kenneth Walker, the running back from Michigan State, didn't get an invite. I would have chosen Kenneth Walker to get an invite over Kenny Pickett. I understand why they chose Kenny Pickett. He had a great year. Pitt had a great year. Pitt won the ACC. Someone other than Clemson winning the ACC is always a big deal. But Kenneth Walker had 18 touchdowns. Kenneth Walker had 1,600 yards rushing. Kenneth Walker had Michigan State, a team who nobody thought would be as good as they are this season. Had them in the driver's seat for a college football playoff berth until they ultimately fell short to Ohio State, and then Michigan, of course, toppled Ohio State. Kenneth Walker also scored 5 touchdowns on the number 2 team in the country, Michigan, on his way, which I believe should have sent him to New York. But hey, I get why the voters did what they did. At the end of the day, I believe Bryce Young will take home the Heisman. What's beautiful about this Heisman Trophy, like the finalists, the 4 finalists, is that 2 of those guys will be back next year. Bryce Young's only a true sophomore, so he technically has to come back for another year. And CJ Stroud was in the same high school class as Bryce Young. He's a redshirt freshman, technically would be a sophomore. So these guys will be back next year. Aidan Hutchinson, senior, he'll be off. He'll be a top 3-5 pick in the NFL draft. And Kenny Pickett will be a first-round pick in the NFL draft as well. But that is beautiful to see these 2 guys who I believe will finish 1 and 2. I think it'll be Bryce Young, then CJ Stroud, and potentially Aidan Hutchinson in number 3. The top 2 guys who I believe will finish top 2 will be back to play in college football once again next year. So much so that the number 1 prospect in the 2021 class, Quinn Ewers, a quarterback, was on the Ohio State roster this year, has decided to transfer because he understands just how good CJ Stroud is. The quarterback class for the 23 NFL draft will be spectacular, led by Bryce Young, who will win the Heisman this weekend, and CJ Stroud. So leave your thoughts on the 4 Heisman finalists. I think it should have been 5. I think Kenneth Walker should have been in New York this weekend. But hey, it is what it is. Leave your thoughts in the chat. Leave your thoughts in the comments. These are the 4 Heisman finalists: Bryce Young from Alabama, Aidan Hutchinson from Michigan, Kenny Pickett from Pittsburgh, and CJ Stroud from Ohio State. Who do you think should take it home? Leave your thoughts in the chat. Leave your thoughts in the comments. We'll do some more about the college football playoff before the games take place. We will talk about the college football playoff. And just a little hint, Alabama is going to be very, very hard to beat. But I know there's some Michigan, Cincinnati fans in here and Georgia people who think they'll be able to rebound. My name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. with the Black Boss Channel. You can follow me on Instagram at VF Sports Show. I post all my content from this channel right there on the VF Sports Show, and we have dope conversations. Thank you, God, for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace.